Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. How are you? I hope that you are well. I hope you know you are blessed and you are caring for yourself. This is Jacqueline again, coming to you from the beautiful garden here in Richmond, Virginia. It is a beautiful, beautiful day, and I just hope that you are enjoying it no matter where you are. Today I want to come with another topic, and thank you for those who are watching, who are liking the video and sharing the content. Be generous and share. Just give and give and give. And that is the topic for today. How to cultivate an abundant heart. How to cultivate an abundant heart, right? So, one of the things I realize is that our childhood experiences and how our childhood experience play a role in how we now show up in the world, right? So, means that where our environment, where we live, the people around us, our family members, our friends, everything shape us, right? And I want to share this example. I want to share two examples with you. So, I grew up in the beautiful, beautiful Portland, Jamaica. All of Jamaica is beautiful. But I grew up in a lush area in the mountains, right? With my grandparents. And I did not know we were poor. We had this beautiful two-bedroom board house and we lived comfortably. And I mean, my grandmother was just really generous. I mean, she would give and give, and not only that, our community members, like things we didn't have. So we have a lot of fruits, a lot of mangoes, a lot of tangerines, a lot of bananas, too much bananas. And so we were just in this place that it was very, the vegetables that it was just producing, and so we had more than we needed, right? And we share one to another. I remember somebody came to the house one night and they were stealing the sugar cane in the backyard, and my grandmother peeked out the back and she said, listen, I don't mind on stealing, but please leave some for somebody else to steal next time here. And I mean, that was amazing. I'm like, she is telling them, I don't mind you stealing it, but plant it back so somebody else can come and steal again. I mean, that's just the heart of how my heart was cultivated. And so, as I left my grandmother and life progressed and I continue on, I realized that that was my point of reference for cultivating. I was cultivated in an abundant place with people who didn't have much, but they shared what the little that they have. They shared the little that they have. They shared love. They shared protection. They shared their resources. So I had another experience, and this is recently within like the last 2 years. I was around a friend of mine, and we were at her house, and she was giving out pieces of cake, right? And so she handed me a piece of cake, and she was talking and stuff, so I didn't cut the cake yet. So when she finished talking, she came with her fork and cut my piece of cake, and I was like, why did she do that? That's my cake. She gave it to me, right? So anyway, I found the courage because I thought it was kind of really weird. So I found the courage and I said to her, hey, why did you put your fork in my cake, my piece of cake? And so she go, oh, you're like family to me. And that's how me and my family grew up. Like it was so many siblings of us and we just shared till the last crumbs. And I was like, oh my God. But it was so fascinating to me because it took me days. I couldn't get the thought out of my head that her and her 5 siblings would share anything they were eating. All 5 of them would cut this thing to the last drop and then they would figure out who get the crumbs. And I said, oh my gosh. And so that experience opened my eyes to see how our childhood environment, our family, and how it shaped us as adults and the resources that were available. So if there were limited resources, we have a limited mindset. And so that's how we show up in the world, right? It was so fascinating to me, but I love these things. I love relational experiences, right? So now I want to have this conversation where these are, how do we now go from a spirit of lack and deficit to cultivating abundance. And especially with us as believers, because if we're not conscious of this deficit mindset, how do we experience the kingdom of God who is saying to you, I am your father and I own everything and you can have it? Cultivate an abundant heart. It's abundance. So, in other words, we could be Christians all our lives and living poor because we have a poor spirit. We could be Christians all our life and hoarding things for ourselves, hoarding stuff for ourselves. Oh, look at me, look what I got, or look what I developed for myself. Ah, that's not how it's supposed to be. And that's why a lot of us are not feeling abundance and joy. It's not about how much money you have because your money doesn't say anything about you. It's how much you give, it's how much you share with people, it's how much we say, hey, I've had this experience. I want you to experience it too. And since I can afford to do it, why don't I pay for you? That's having an abundant heart. And what's so beautiful about that? The more we sow seeds, the more we give. Is the Lord help us to figure out how to produce more for ourselves. It is so amazing. It is so amazing. So let's talk about now. Now you identify that, listen, we grew up in poverty, we didn't have much. I recognize this is happening to me. But there's also abundance, and I need to tap into that. I need to graduate to that stage. I need to take one step at a time to get there. How do we get there? And what I just want to propose one idea. And this idea is be kind to yourself. A matter of fact, before I go so fast, is to first identify that your father owns this earth. Your father operates and owns the universe. He puts everything in place. I mean, if you can just tap into that, if you can bypass your family and tap into that, can you believe that the God you serve owns everything? That's the first step. And the second step is to be kind to yourself. The second step is to be kind to yourself, to be present in moments, to be present. If you're eating a meal, be present. Let your pores open up to receive all the nutrients. Ah, all the savory, all the sweetness of mangoes and pineapples. Allow that feeling to go down inside of you and go, that was good. That was really good. Don't be in a rush. Be kind to yourself to feel. Be kind to yourself to feel the wind on your face and let it caress you. Be kind to yourself. When you're sleeping, just relax and enjoy the sleep. And when you wake up, take 15 minutes and say, that was good. Be kind to yourself. Take life a little slower and feel it and taste it. You have to be able to taste it. Taste your meal. Taste the life that you're living. Because some of us are moving so fast because we're operating from deficit. We're moving so fast that we don't even know that there is an essence, a flavor to life, that you can literally feel it. You can hear the birds singing and you can feel them inside of you. The rhythm, the sounds, you can feel it. That is abundance. It's allowing that soul to open up, to receive, to receive. And if you're at that place where you can go for a nice meal, or go for massages, or go for a nice vacation, don't just rush the experience. Feel it. Feel it, experience it. And then in turn, instead of saying, hey, this is what I experienced to a friend, say, you know what? I have enough and I want to share with you. I want you to experience this. Go ahead and schedule that appointment for that friend because you want them to feel what you're feeling. Because the moment we only call people and go, hey, this is what I have done and this is what I have done, that's what I would call a little, showy, right? Yeah. But love and abundance want to experience this moment and invite somebody else in it. Oh my gosh. I remember a friend of mine did something so wonderful for me. And I had gone to this one place and I had an amazing experience. It was like heaven. And you know what I did? I sacrificed. I sacrificed and allowed that person to experience what I did. And don't you know what happened? I too experienced it. It was like reliving the moment over and over again. It was so joyful for me. I'm feeling so good even just remembering it right now. So my friends, just remember that God, your Father, owns everything. Recognize where you are. The first thing is to recognize and to accept it and say, yes, I identify it. I am a little stingy. I am a little stingy. It's okay. It's not your fault the environment you were raised in, right? But now, coming into Christ, we can now soften our soul, allow some moisture to come in, feel the rhythm, taste and see that the Lord is good. Taste your meal, sit down and enjoy the flowers, and realize that whatever you see on the outside is already inside of you. But you were just conditioned in the wrong place to help you. You were conditioned in a place that did not help you to cultivate the abundant mind, an abundant style of living, an abundant way of thinking. But there's still hope, and you can start today just by sending some moisture on the inside of you. And be kind to yourself. Accept where you are and live in that moment for a while. And when you feel comfortable enough, when you flow in abundance of love and kindness, compassion with yourself, from that abundant place, you can live. You can live life abundantly. Blessings to you. May you enjoy your day. Be a blessing and share this video. I thank you in advance. Blessings, blessings, and love.